Okay, hi second graders. Today we are looking at the topic 2 reteaching pages. So we are at the very end of this topic and you're going to find that on page 113. So if you need time to go get your book to find the page, you can go ahead and pause the video now. I'm going to go ahead and share my workspace with you. So you can see it's the reteaching pages. It's page 113. And at the top, I see set A. And here's Carlos. He has some green connecting cubes. And I'm going to go ahead and read the first set of directions here. It says, you can use cubes to tell if a number is even or odd. Okay, so the number that they give us to begin with is the number 12. And we know that that is a double, we know, right? 6 and 6 makes 12. And so when they laid those cubes out, 6 and 6, they went ahead and found that each cube had a partner, all right? And that helped us to know that that is an even number. So 6 plus 6 equals 12, which is even, okay? I also want to go ahead and point out that another tip that we had was that you can just look at the ones place to figure out if a number is even also, right? So if I look at the number 12, I see a 2 in the ones place, and I can just draw my two objects here. I'm connecting them, and I can show that they have partners, and so I know that that is an even number, all right? Okay, let's go ahead and use that same strategy here for numbers 1 and 2. It says circle even or odd, then write the equation, use cubes to help. Okay, so here we have 11, and they want us to draw cubes to show. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and match where I can. So I can match here and here, here and here, here, and then I come to this guy, odd man out, right? He does not have a partner. So that tells me that 11 is an odd number, all right? Again, if I look at my ones place, I see that I have a 1, and if I draw that, no partner, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write the addition equation to match the model that I drew here. So if I look at the top, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 plus at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense. I know I'm going to have 1 less because I had 1 additional object here with no partner. So 6 plus 5 gives me a sum of 11. Okay. All righty. Let's look at number 2. I would like us to draw a model of 18. And you can go ahead and pause the video and try that. And then you can turn it back on and we'll go over the answer together. Okay, so try and draw 18. You can use the space down here. And then when you come back, we'll look at it together. All right, so hopefully you had a chance to try it on your own. I'm going to go ahead and draw my model. I'm seeing I have more space down here, so I'll draw it here. So I know I'm drawing 18, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I'm going to match up where I can. So I see here's a pair, and there, pair, right? These are all matching up. And I get to the very end, and I'm seeing they all have a partner, which tells me that this is an even number, right? Okay, so now I'm going to write the equation to go with this. And on the top row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus my bottom row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that gives me a sum of 18. Okay, again, if I just wanted to identify whether it was even or odd, I can look at the ones place, and I have an 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm noticing they all match up, so this is an even number. Okay, all right, well, let's go ahead and go on to set B. The directions here say you can use repeated addition to find the total number of loaves. Okay, we are noticing that the loaves are placed in an array. And again, an array has an even number of rows which go across and columns which go down. Okay, so it asks us to write two equations that match the array. So the first one is done in rows. So I'm seeing I have one row here of 3 loaves and a second row of 3 loaves. So my equation to match the rows would be 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right, now I'm going to look at my columns, and I'm seeing I have a column of 2, another column of 2, and another column of 2. So I have 3 columns of 2's. My equation to match that would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals a sum of 6. Okay, so whether I go by the rows or the columns, my sum stays the same. All right, let's go ahead then and look at number 3. It's asking us to write two equations that match the array. So here's my array. I have my rows and my columns. So if you would like to try this one on your own, you can pause, and then when you come back, we'll go over the answer. So go ahead and pause now. Okay, now we're going to go through and we're going to look at our answers. So first they're asking us to write an equation to match the rows. And I know rows go from side to side. So I have a row here of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have 5 in my first row. And I know I'll have 5 in my second row. Another group of 5 in my third row. And a last group of 5 in my fourth row. And I know that when I'm adding 5s, I can count by 5s to find my sum, right? So we can count together. It sounds like this: 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, so my sum there is 20. And now I'm going to write an equation to match the columns. So columns, again, go from top to bottom. Remember, we shared that picture of the White House. We saw the columns go from the top to the bottom. So in this first column, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And so in my second column, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're all going to be the same, right? Next column is 4. Next column is 4. And my last column is 4. Okay, so this is a lot of add-ins, and I can break it down into smaller pieces. There's doubles here that I know, right? I know 4 and 4 gives me 8. So that works. I know there's another 4 and 4 here that gives me 8. And I know 8 and 8 together is a double that I know that's 16. Okay, so now I have 16, and all I have to do is add 4 more. So what would that sound like? Let's put 16 in our head and count on 4 more from there. I have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, gives me a total of 20. So my sum, again, is always going to remain the same. Whether I add in rows or whether I add in columns, I'm going to get the same sum. All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and look at the next two sets. So the next one is set C. Have it here. Set C says, you can draw arrays and use repeated addition to solve problems. So they're going to give us a word problem here. It says, Allie has 3 shelves in her pantry. She puts 4 cans of beans on each shelf. How many cans of beans does Allie have in all? Okay, so here's the array to match. We know she has 3 shelves, and we know she puts 4 cans on each shelf. So my shelves are in rows, right? There's 1, 2, 3. And then on each I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So my equation to match that would be 4 plus 4 plus 4. And that gives me a sum of, let's see, 4 and 4 is a double. I know that's 8. And 8 plus 4 more, I put 8 in my head, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Okay, great. So let's go ahead then, in here, let's go ahead then and look at number 4. Draw an array to show the problem. Use repeated addition to solve. So I have to draw an array and I have to use repeated addition. Okay, here we go. Stephen puts 3 rows of apples on a table. Each row has 6 apples. How many apples does Stephen put on the table? Okay, well, step by step, I know he has 3 rows, and I know in each row he has 6 apples. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and try drawing that array here. You can pause the video, and then when you're done, you can come back and we'll check. Okay, go ahead and do that now. Okay, and now hopefully you had a chance to pause and to try it on your own. Let's go ahead and look at this together now. So I have 3 rows, and I know my rows are going to go from side to side, and in each row I have 6 apples. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in one row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in another row, and finally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my last row. Okay, now I'm going to write my equation to match this. So I have 6 plus 6 plus 6 equals, so let's see, 6 and 6 is a double, I know. That gives me 12. And 12 plus 6, I can solve by counting on. So I'm going to put 12 in my head, and I'm going to count on 6 more. It sounds like this: 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so all together, I have 18 apples. All right? Okay, good job, guys. Now, if you got this, well done. If you have to revise somewhere, you can go ahead and do that now. You can either cross it out or you can erase and change it to match what we have here. And now we're going to go ahead and go on to number 5. So number 5 is asking us to draw a model and solve the problem. So let's go ahead and read the story. There are 2 rows of cars. Each row has 8 cars. How many cars are in the parking lot? All right, well, I know there are 2 rows, and I know each row has 8 cars. So I think this is a great place to draw an array to show my thinking. So I know I have 2 rows with 8 cars each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 1 row, and I need a second row now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and now I need to draw my equation to match. I have 8 in my first row plus 8 in my second row. So I have a sum of, if you're not sure, we can say 8 and we can count on from there. Let's try it. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You got it. 8 plus 8 equals 16. Okay, well done, boys and girls. That completes all of our reteaching. We only had 4 sets for this topic because it was a shorter topic. So we're going to be moving on to topic 3 real soon. If you have any questions on these, go ahead and bring it to our meets and we can talk about it. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.